Welcome back to Nostalgianomics. Today we're going to discuss the phrase sell in May and go away. Anyone who's been around the stock market world, I know you've heard this before. Anyone who hasn't, I'll explain it to you. Basically, the belief was you sell off your speculative holdings, anything that you don't feel like holding long term, anything you're making a play on in May. You go enjoy your life, enjoy your summer, and you come back in September, ready to go again, ready to put your nose to the grind, ready to make those plays again. And honestly, a lot of people still hold true to this method, and the crazy part is, it really holds true when it comes to Pokemon, trading cards, and collectibles. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about how it affects the market, how you can play into this, how you can navigate through the summer months, and what you should be buying, what you should be selling, and how to best position yourself to come out of the summer looking as pretty as possible. So before we get into all that good stuff, I got to shout out today's video sponsor. It's lowpopping.com, guys. Guys, Low Poppin's always buying, selling, and trading. So if you are looking to sell off any of your collection, they're buying. If you're looking to make a trade for something you see on the site you like, they're open to trades. And obviously, you can always buy any of the cards on there you see. They got modern, they got vintage, they got Japanese, English, slab seal. They got something for everyone. So if you see something you like that is beautiful Vaporeon V, you can always buy it right away. If it was over $500, you can make an offer. And if it's over $1,000, you can actually buy it now and pay them later. So make sure to check out lowpopping.com. The link will be in the description and the comment section below. Okay, so let's discuss why this is a thing. Why does this happen, right? It's not just some phrase that got invented and everyone just follows the phrase, right? There's a reason, right? There's some method to the madness here. So the reason this whole summertime affects collectibles, everyone's attention, their time, and their money is being divided from their indoor hobbies, okay? So, first off, their attention. Well, if you're a parent of kids, you're going to have the kids home all summer. They're off school, right? So unless you put them in camps all summer, or, you get them out of the house somehow, you're spending your time running with them all around. Maybe their friends are coming over. You're looking for activities to do. You're taking them out, doing things with them. And just even if they're at the house and they're not doing too much, like your attention is being divided off of, the hobby or other things you'd normally be doing when they're at school. So that's the one thing. Two, even if you don't have kids, your attention, it's going elsewhere, right? You're out playing softball and golf and pickleball and tennis and hiking through the woods and having barbecues and hanging out at the pool and doing everything else outside under the sun instead of being inside watching YouTube videos, studying the market, watching eBay listings, and spending as much time and energy and effort on your indoor hobbies. Not only that, your money's being divided. All those activities outside usually cost money, which is being spent there instead of being spent on collectibles. And these are the reasons why during the summer months, you will see kind of less volatility in the market. You'll see a lot of things start to give some back, right? Start to maybe trend down 5-10%. You'll start to see things go stagnant, not have a lot of move, trade in a range, kind of like we're starting to see with some of these Sword and Shield era booster boxes. Obviously, the alt arts, the trainer galleries, they're giving some back, but they had huge run-ups. That's not really a symptom of summer. That's a symptom of just having such an intense run-up. People are always going to take profits at the top. That's normal. But that's just kind of what you're going to expect over the summer months. So if you're new to this, you're like in your first year, you haven't been through a summer cycle yet, this is kind of going to be what you're going to experience. If you've been in the hobby for years, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I thought we could talk about how to really play into this. So first off, if you're a seller, right, and you're not a normal seller, normal business, right, businesses are always going to do fine. There's always, ups and downs, lulls and highs. But if you're looking to sell off like your collection right now, it's usually not the best time during the summer months. Yeah, I'm just going to throw it out there. Sorry if you're looking to do that. It's usually not the best time. People's money and their attention is spread too thin. Now, I would be more likely to list it, buy it now. So whether you're going to list it on eBay or TCG Player, or you're going to try to use one of the more speculative options, which is like a Facebook or a Discord or something else, enter at your own risk. But I would definitely utilize more buy it now listings going into the summer. unless it's something that's very, liquid, the limelight is on it. It's like an alt art, it's a trainer gallery, it's a Scarlet Violet card where all the auctions are ending at or even above or just below full market price. Those are fine. But I wouldn't be trying to auction a lot of the more niche things or any of the cards or items that are out of the limelight, right? Like the Sun and Moon stuff, a lot of the XY stuff still, even though it's having an uptick, a lot of it's still kind of out of the limelight right now. Definitely mid-era, vintage, things like that. I definitely wouldn't be auctioning that stuff because here's the thing about summer. Your listings, you're going to have less views, they're going to have less watchers, and the auctions are going to have less people bidding on them. You're going to have less attention. There's less people watching this stuff during the summer. It just is what it is. And so that's why, auctions can actually start to perform worse during the summer than they were, in the beginning of the year, the spring, and then what they'll be like in the fall and the winter. And so be careful with that. And then, don't, if you're not in a rush to sell, don't be in a rush to sell, right? Like, don't just take offers or take low balls just because you're looking to move things and you really want the cash. Unless you really need it, I would hold off, because what happens is people get very upset that once, September, October, November come around, those things they sold for a discount in the summer are all back up even higher than they were, and you missed out on a huge portion of money just by selling a few months early. So be careful with that. When it comes to buying, okay? Exact opposite, right? Great time to buy. Great time to move into cards you've been waiting for. Great time to make positions on things that are going to see some downturns or stagnation. And so, obviously, the newer stuff that's right in the limelight, the brand new sets, that's a lot harder. There's always going to be plays. There's always going to be volatility. There's always going to be a lot of money right there. So not especially with that stuff, but when you start working your way back, earlier Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, XY, and so on, you're going to see a lot of people that get a little more desperate during the summer, right? Maybe they do need the money. They want to take that vacation. They're taking an extra weekend trip they didn't plan on. Whatever it is that comes up, they may need something for the house. They want to buy something for the deck or the patio or the pool, whatever. And they need some extra cash, right? And so they may throw something at auction that normally doesn't go at auction. Like, you'll see cards that have like maybe 5 listings on the market, or boxes that have 5 listings on the market, and that you never see auctions, and no one will lower their prices, right? They're all sitting up there like $1,000, but someone will throw an auction out there in the summer, and you'll see it end for like $500-600, and you're like, oh my gosh, what happened? Nothing happened. It's just those are the times you want to buy that stuff, because those are the times not as many people are looking, and the sellers, right, the ones that list the items high, they're not desperate, so they're not going to discount their stuff, right? You can reach out to them. You can try to lowball offer people. It's a great time to do that, right? A lot of people that have these items listed that haven't sold them and sitting on them for 3, 6, 9 months, summertime, that is the time you want to start lowballing offers out there. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You'll throw that lowball offer, and all of a sudden you'll see a little notification on your eBay, and they took it. So these are the times you do want to do that. You can pick up some great cards, great boxes in the summer months. So that's what I would say. I would say keep an eye on anything you've been having your eyes on that's a little older, that doesn't come on the market much, that the market's always really high. Any box, any card, any slab, whatever it may be. These are the times to really keep those on your watch list, because you will see them. You're going to see them in the next 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. You will be able to find a lot of that stuff at discount. So keep an eye out for those. As far as like the Sword and Shield boxes, I know people are always asking, Alex, are those going to be coming down in the summer? I doubt it. We've talked about it before. With sealed products, look, you can log on YouTube, TikTok, whatnot, Drip, Twitch, everything you want right now, and every single one of these packs is being opened in mass right now on all those platforms, right? Every single one of these boxes are being opened. And so every day you have less and less of these available, but you have more and more singles and slabs available, right? So because of that, when the demand goes down in the summer and you have more supply of the singles and slabs, you will see usually downturns on those, but you won't usually see it on the boxes, because there's less and less and less of the boxes, and people know that, and so they don't want to discount them. And so I would likely see these trade in a range, kind of like we're seeing right now with like the Fusion Strikes, the Chilling Reigns, the Evolving Skies, things like that, where they're going to trade in a range, right? Like Evolving Skies has been in that like $650 to $700 range, right? Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike, they're in that like $210 to $250 range. They're just kind of trading in that range. And same for a lot of these, where they're not really downturning, they're not giving a lot back, but they're also not seeing that intense growth or even that growth anymore right now. So I would expect a lot of those to stay in a range for the next couple months, in my opinion. If you can find one a little lower and you're looking to get in still, probably a good idea. I know Silver Tempest is having sales right now in the 170 range on TCG Player. It's still on Pokemon Center right now for $145, $144. So that's obviously still a good pickup. I know Astral and Brilliant are still under $200, which I think is low. I know Battle Styles is starting in that 140, 150 range. We'll see what that does. But all the regular plays are going to be there. I just don't see those tanking. As far as like the other boxes, right? Those are the ones you want to keep an eye on, right? The Sun and Moon, the XY, going further back. Those are the ones you really want to keep an eye on and see if you can pick up some deals during the summer. Scarlet Violet era, I think we're all just kind of have our fingers crossed, hoping for a reprint. That's really going to tell the tale on what happens with the singles and what happens with the boxes. All the singles running up right now, if we don't get a reprint on the sets those singles are in, I don't expect them to come down, right? Like, Scarlet Violet base. I think the Miriam, the Miraidon, the Koraidon, the Gardevoir, those things at the top, if we don't get a reprint on Scarlet Violet base, I think those were undervalued. I think now they're getting to the point of properly valued. I don't see those coming down if we don't get a reprint. Same with the boxes. They already got beat up down in the 70s and 80s. I don't see them coming back down again if we don't get a reprint. And same goes for every other, well, here they are, every other Scarlet Violet set. Once they have that initial release, that pump up, that drop down, once they have that initial drop down and start to rebound off that, you usually don't see them drop back down without a reprint. And so, with the Twilight Masquerade and the Temporal Forces both over $100, you now have Obsidian Flames, and Paradox Rift reaching 100 plus. You got Paldea Evolved up there at the 130 range. You got Scarlet Violet base reaching back to $100. I don't see those boxes going back into the 90s unless a reprint happens. And so the further we get into this era, the older these go, the less and less likely it becomes. But right now, I agree, it's pretty likely. And so, if you don't want to, make those plays, you're worried about it happening, you don't want to buy the singles yet, you're worried those are going to get crushed, I get it. So even though you might see some deals over the summer on that stuff, it still might not be the right time for Scarlet and Violet on some. If you're like me, you're a crazy person, and you're already getting positions in all of them like I am, hey, we'll see what happens. But that can always go both ways, right? When it goes up, you look like a genius. When it gets reprinted, you look like an idiot. So just enter at your own risk on the Scarlet Violet stuff. So that's kind of my advice to you on navigating these summer months. Just be careful with the brand new stuff. That's always going to be volatile. But the stuff that's older, it's already been established, it's been out, 3+ years. That's the stuff that you really can find deals on during the summer if people are trying to blow them out and need the cash for other things. And, anytime markets are at lulls or markets are stagnant and things are dropping, that's always the time that's the best time to buy, right? The best time to buy is not when things are going to the moon and you're trying to catch things on the way up, right? But I'm not an advocate of trying to catch a falling knife either. I'm not trying to buy things on the way down. But these times, during the summer months, things are pretty stable. Maybe they're trending down a little bit. Those are usually good times to buy because they're not dropping for any specific reason other than there's not enough attention, not enough money in the hobby at that particular time, right? And if that's the only reason things are dropping or not moving, those are usually good signs they're going to move in the coming months in the future. So that's all I got, guys. Hope the video helped, and catch you back here in a new one soon. I'm out.